talking about being desperately out of touch, let's check in with the ABC, not being at all partisan. Have a look.
And that's the latest from the Canberra newsroom, proudly broadcasting from the land of the Ngunnawal people. As part of our ongoing commitment to Indigenous recognition, the ABC is partnering with the United Ngunnawal Elders Council and pays respect to them, the first people of this land. I'm Dan Borshow. Yarra, good night.
I saw that last night. Thank you to Andrew Bolt. Prue, what do you think of it? I don't know. I don't know if I want my nightly news to be sending messages out and acknowledging people according to their race.
Well, I always, when I was practising as a journalist, you know, opinion was never brought into it unless you were writing an op-ed column. You know, absolutely. I just find it quite astounding that a news bulletin would have some sort of political statement made at the start of it. I mean, it's just astounding, but it's why so many of us really don't engage with the ABC anymore. I'm very selective about what I watch because I don't want political activism shoved down my throat, and that's what they do now. And it's just, you know, it irritates me greatly as a taxpayer that my dollars are funding this propaganda. You know, I had high hopes that ITA was going to come in and change it, but seriously, maybe it's just too hard. This is a beast that is on its own and is just, you just can't fight it. You know, it's going to maintain the rage.
I'm not letting ITA off the hook because not only has she done nothing to counter this nonsense, in fact, they have got considerably worse in recent months. And you look at their lineup for next year and it is just wall-to-wall mad activism masquerading as programming. What I don't understand is Ita Buttrose came out not just a few weeks ago and talked about diversity. We need greater diversity at the ABC. She was talking about quotas for ethnicity and the like. What about some diversity of thought? What about being representative of half the population who vote for centre or centre-right parties? Where's that diversity, Daniel?
Yeah, it's a very good question. We know that Greens staff, ABC staff, well, they're the same, sorry to make them same thing, basically, same. But they're 5 times more likely to vote Greens than the average population. So how are you ever going to get a network and a news broadcaster that's going to be balanced when they're 5 times more likely to vote for the Greens?
The most activist party, the most fringe of the main parties, and you've got ABC staff 5 times more likely to vote Greens than the rest of the population.
Yeah, and we've all got to pay for it.
There's no problem there. Yeah. I can't imagine why there is an issue with bias. I mean, you've got this massive organisation, huge TV, online, radio stations. There are no conservative hosts.
Yeah,
how can you possibly have an organisation of this size which has a charter to be balanced? It's not a commercial operation like Sky or Channel 9 or 7 or anywhere else. It has a charter to be balanced, and yet there are no conservatives. It's a conservative-free zone.
It is, and I think it should be Rita Panahi or Andrew Bolt hosting Q&A. I mean, wouldn't that be something to watch?
Can you imagine all the lefty heads exploding? It would be hilarious to watch.